Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfand from Hire It Done. Welcome to the podcast. I've got Jerrad Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in studio. Today we're going to be talking about water softening, reverse osmosis, ultraviolet. Do those magnets around your pipes work? We're going to solve all your problems and give you clean water because you are going to love your water. We're in our new podcast studio. I've got Jerrad Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in studio, and we're going to learn everything about water today. Jerrad, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Adam. Good to be here.
Yeah, of course. Welcome back, of course. You've been here so many times. It's midsummer, water, drink a lot of water.
Yep.
How's business for Beauchamp?
Oh, we've been busy. A lot of water's been drank this summer. It's been hot and dry. So, well, a little rainy, but still a lot of water getting drank.
A lot of water. So, we're through the water crisis with lead in the water and poison water. People are slowly catching on that they need clean water. And you're basically Beauchamp Water's leading the way. My question to you is, the average homeowner today who's seeing this for the first time, typing in a water filter, clean water, PFAS, and these things, and they have city water. What the water coming in from the city, is it undrinkable? Is it drinkable? Or is there way a lot of room for improvement?
Well, I always like to break it down a little bit. The municipalities that are out there treating the water, they're doing the best that they can. What they can't control, Adam, is the pipes underneath the ground that are decaying. Every time you see a boil water alert, that's because our infrastructure is about the same as our roads.
So the water, it's interesting. So the water coming out of the treatment plant is clean.
Yeah.
But by the time it travels miles through the pipes and broken pipes, replaced pipes, someone poured something in the ground, it leaches into it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it gets to your faucet, there's a potential for some contamination to be in the water.
There lies the problem right there. Yeah.
Okay. So people have to get their water tested.
Well, you can get it tested. More than anything, what people are doing is they're just being proactive, put in a water filtration system, and eliminate worrying about it. That way there, if you buy bottled water, you might as well, you're spending probably 7 to 10 times as much as what you could have purified water at your tap. We can filter out your water coming in at a much lower price, and it's convenient. You're no longer hauling those bottles.
And that was one of my questions. So the water coming out of the tap after you've filtered it with your system costs less than people who buy bottled water on a regular basis.
Yep.
You see people with a case of water all the time at Costco or wherever.
Yep.
They're spending more money than what you would do.
It's crazy. We're just trying to save people money and convenience.
But the water that you're giving them is better than the bottled water anyways.
Well, a lot of that, in a lot of instances, because now we've got microplastics that they're worried about because the plastic bottle's breaking down. So
microplastics is a big thing.
That is the latest big thing right
So
now.
Tell me, just for the audience, about microplastics. What does that mean? I know it's a plastic bottle. Things break down. If your bottle's sitting in your car and it's the sun's beating on it, it could deteriorate. Or what is that?
Yeah, it could be contamination through bottles being left in sunlight. It could be from breakdown of the plastic bottle. And usually, everyone likes to find a bargain. So, you see this cheap bottled water, I can go to X store and get it for $3-4 a case.
Right.
And
the plastic's really crinkly.
It kind of crumbles as you're crumbling it.
Yeah.
In most cases, you're contaminating your water.
Seriously?
Well, I mean, how many microplastics are bleeding off of that plastic? Microplastics are a big thing. And,
let me ask you this. And I'm not saying this to the audience to create fear or panic. If you had young children and you knew the water coming out of the tap could potentially risk the health, would you let them drink that, or would you actually change the water and put one of your filters in?
Oh, we would. I'm always going to suggest put in a filtration system. Yeah. There's really nothing. It's hard to argue not to when it's cheaper than buying bottled water. And it's safer.
Of course. Okay. So now that we know that, let's talk about basic filtration. You go to a big box store, a Walmart, a Target, and they have these pitchers, Brita, and those filters. You can pour city water into that, and then that filters the water as you pour it into a glass.
Correct.
And then there's the filter that goes on the faucet head, which is similar.
Yeah, but that's it's different. It's not purified water, but
It's just
what
filtered.
that'll do, it'll just kind of polish up the water, if you will.
Okay.
In most cases, it's not going to purify
But
it.
it's still better than what comes out without the filter.
Correct. It is better, but it's not going to purify it. It's not going to eliminate. If you're on well water, you have arsenic. If you're dealing with microplastics, you're dealing with, there's a multitude of things. PFAS.
Yeah.
Generally, when you buy a good quality bottle of water at the store, that's going to be through reverse osmosis, or RO is what everyone refers to it as.
Okay.
And you'll see a lot of times now, a lot of those high-end bottles of good quality water also are coming in a nicer container, if not cans. A lot of them are going to cans because it just is a much safer route.
So it is safer. Okay. So someone says, all right, I need the filtration system in my house. I want to drink clean water, healthy water. I don't want any plastics, and I don't want to spend all the money when I buy bottled water, and I don't even know what I'm getting. I mean, I've heard is it true that some of the bottled water you can buy is just out of a filtered tap, out of a regular water faucet?
Well, they have spring water, which is not going to be purified water. Yeah, that is one thing you can get. You can get purified. So when you're buying bottled water, you really want to look to see what is in this product that I'm buying.
Okay, and then your system. Let's use what's the basic system? If someone said, "All right, Beauchamp, I saw you on Hire It Done. I've heard you before. I want to love my water." Yep. What's the first? And I want the basic system. How do we start from basic and go up from there?
Well, in purified water, it's going to be reverse osmosis.
Okay,
and then it just comes down to, if you say, "Listen, I'm only going to be living in this house X amount of years." Obviously, there's different price points.
Sure.
You can get
the
very basic ones that are going to have a shorter life, and you can buy a more advanced one that's going to have a longer life. So it's really whatever you're looking for. The quality of water out of both are going to be very good, but it's like buying tires for your car. Are you buying tires with you're getting a 10, 15, 20,000 mile rated tire, or are you getting a 60,000? We're happy to sell you whatever fits your needs the best.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. So the basic system for a house, kitchen faucet, and maybe the ice maker, $1,000?
You're going to be about $1,000 plus installation. I mean, all in your $1,200-$1,300.
Okay. So
yep. And you can rent it. You can buy it.
So you offer all kinds of plans.
Yeah. And a system like that's going to last you a good 10 to 15 years. Yep.
Okay. And well, there you go. So when someone wants to sell their house, can they say this house has a new reverse osmosis system and it adds value, you think?
Oh, without a doubt. It
does.
Yeah. A lot of customers like that. In fact, it's getting to the point now to where a lot of areas are, especially if you're on well water, they're going to want some type of filtration in there. So I have a lot of customers that say, I've been living here for 30 years, never filtered the water. Now I got to buy it for the next owner. So I tell people, get your water tested today. If you're going to fall within the new standards, you may want to just purchase it for yourself and enjoy it before you sell your house.
Makes sense. Water testing. Okay. Someone's watching this video again. They hear us. They're like, you know what? I think I should get my water tested. How do we do that? Do they call you and you guys come out to the house, or is it easier for them to just find one of your 5 stores and bring in a sample?
If they want to bring in a sample, we're more than happy to do that. Or we're more than happy to come out to your house. There's no charge. We'll evaluate it. We look at ourselves as educators. We'll come out there. We'll assess what your water is, find out what your needs are, and find out what you want to spend on a unit. And we'll guide you in the right direction. And then you make the decision as the customer.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair. So you'll actually come to the house, and while you're there, you'll take a sample of the water, but you'll also look and see where an ideal place for a water softener is, maybe for the reverse osmosis. Because some people don't have, look at under my sink, I've got so much schmutz under there was no room for anything. So we had to go into my crawl space and put it there. But you guys are creative. You can put them anywhere. Yeah,
we can put them. Yeah, we'll put it in the basement, put it wherever. We're very creative. We'll look to find out where you want it and get it done.
So Jerrad, people now want to get their water tested. They want clean water. Give me some symptoms, or how do you know if your water is good or not? Does it taste different? Does it smell different? Is it cloudy? Because I poured water from out of a tap into a cup, and it was cloudy. But then 2-3 minutes later, it was clear. It's some air bubbles, or
depending on there's so many different water sources. If you're a listener and you're on well water, that would be one type of water we would be treating. If you're on city water, that's another type, or community wells. So
you can do any of those.
Yeah. And there's really not there's conceptually, systems for each type of problem, but we really need to come out and personalize your system.
So you're more like a prescription for the person. You're going to see their needs, their uses, and you're going to create the filtration system that matches what they need.
Exactly. And what they want, most importantly.
Even better.
We try to really listen to the customer. There's nothing worse than somebody coming in and telling you what you want. We like to let our customers tell us what they're looking for. We'll diagnose what the problems are.
Yep.
And then we'll give them their options.
So let's go through a typical scenario. Well water. Got well water. I've got rust stains in the toilets. Every once in a while, I have this egg smell, rotten egg smell, sulfur. And, at this point, I need my laundry. My whites are turning yellow. Yeah. I want a clean sweep. I need the water to come out crystal clean. What is Beauchamp's go-to system?
Well, first of all, what we'll do is, we'll test it. We'll identify exactly what we're dealing with.
Perfect.
We'll let you know, Adam, you have high total dissolved solids. You've got arsenic in your water. You've got a high iron.
Is that typical for well water? Arsenic and iron and magnesium and all those?
Yeah. A lot of those they're found pretty commonly.
Okay.
So not in all wells, but we'll identify what it is, and then we'll find out how many people live in the house. Is it just a few people?
Right.
Or do you have 5 kids and parents?
So let's say it's 5 people in the household, 3 children and 2 adults. That's a high water usage. They're doing laundry every other day. It's a lot of usage.
Yep.
You will tailor the cleansing of the water to the amount of people in the usage.
Correct. The one thing you don't want to do, Adam, is put either the wrong equipment in or the wrong size equipment in. Otherwise, now you've wasted money, because that system in 12, 18 months, 2 years, if you're lucky, doesn't work because you put a system that was ill-equipped to take care of it.
Yeah. I understand that. That's completely fine. So that's what people need to know. So you'll come out there, you'll give them a prescription of, this is what we want to do for you. This is how you'll get healthy water. This is what it costs. Correct. Let's assume that homeowner is perfect. The day they say yes, are you installing within a couple weeks?
Actually, we're usually 2 to 3 days after the customer says, yep.
Good for you.
Yep, we've got some excellent installers. And it's usually 2 to 3 day turnaround.
Okay, so another scenario. Homeowner with well water. Moderate to heavy usage. The go-to Beauchamp system is a water softener, salt. What do you like? What do you have? It's average iron, average odor. What would it be?
I mean, you could just be a basic water softener.
And what is the components of a water softener?
Components of a water softener is going to be, you're going to have your salt tank and your water softener. And then if the homeowner says, oh, okay, yep, no, that's going to take care of my laundry, keep my laundry clean,
sure,
keep the calcium off of my faucets and all the spotting. But you know what? We're also drinking a lot of bottled water, so we want a reverse osmosis system as well. So we may say, if you're the customer, Adam, we may say, Adam, let's go ahead and put in the water softener for your whole house, for your doing your laundry, keeping your showers clean and everything. And then we'll put in a water purifier, reverse osmosis system for your drinking water. A system like that, $3,200 for a good middle of the road system. That's not the top of the top. It's not the bottom of the bottom.
But it's the one that will get everything done the way they want it.
Yeah, that's just a good middle of the road system. Yep.
So it's like the Mustang GT, not the GT 500.
That's right.
Okay.
We got the 500 if you want the 500.
I do. I want the GTD.
I have a lot of customers out there. They want bougie water everywhere. They want purified water at every tap.
I know something like that.
Yeah, we can do that. If you want purified water at every tap, and purified water is drinking water.
Right.
We can do that.
Does it affect the water pressure? We've talked about it in the past, but does it?
You know what? The great thing about doing water treatment and the great thing of being in the business since 1976, we've been in it long enough. It's all modular. I can build a system to your needs. So if you say, I want pure water everywhere and I want the best water pressure everywhere, we'll filter it. We'll put repressurization pumps on, and we can get you the best water pressure you need and would want, along with the bougiest water you could ever think of.
I like clean water. Okay, so when you have a water softener, homeowner can pretty much say to themselves, I got a water softener from Beauchamp. I don't have to worry about rust stains, right?
Correct.
Because you treat that and you know that. Okay. That's a good. So now you have to put salt in a water softener. And you guys are Duracube dealers.
Yep, Duracube. We sell a lot of Duracube. It's a good, clean product to use.
Where's Duracube out of?
They've got a couple different mines. They got one right here down toward Detroit, one up in Sarnia, and I think they've got some mines down in Ohio.
Oh, really?
But their refining process is just second to none. It's just a good, clean product.
So it's pure salt.
Yeah, it's like running a high-quality gas through your car.
Okay, yeah, high octane.
Yep, it's going to make your water softener perform well.
And then you have to add salt on a regular basis?
Yeah, salt, a lot of the units.
Once a month, once a week? What is it usually?
It's really on demand, and it's based off, if you're that household of 7 people, you're probably going to use more salt than that household of 2 people.
Sure.
I would say an average household of 4 people might go through a bag or 2 a month, give or take.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're the type of person where you've got 7 people, though, and you're leaving faucets run all the time, you'll obviously use more salt.
That leads me to Salt Sale Saturday. Yeah. Which, if anyone's ever watched the show, heard me in the past, we talk about Salt Sale Saturday every weekend because not only is Duracube the best salt, but Jerrad was very ahead of the curve by making sure that people knew that. And then every Saturday, Duracube's on sale at all your stores.
All of our locations, yep.
$6.99 a bag?
$6.99 a bag, yep.
Okay, yep. So, and that's good. And where is it typically at?
There's people out there that are selling it $10, $12 a bag.
Really?
When my dad got into the business in 1976, he started Salt Sale Saturday, and really it was, a way we could give back to our customers who have supported us over the years.
Let's keep going.
Short of saying by time it's loaded in your car, I mean, there's really no profits there. It's a thank you from us to our customer base that have supported us over the years, and it works out well.
That's a good saving. So you want to save money on water softener salt every Saturday? Go to a Beauchamp location, $6.99 a bag currently. You've held that price, by the way, because you've been on higher done many years now.
Yeah, we hold it as long as we can.
Right. And I think the last time it was $5.99, but that was like 7-8 years ago. Yeah,
it's probably it's gone up. Probably we've had 2 or 3 increases.
Okay.
And we've kept it still at the same price, but unfortunately with everything else it goes up, but we control it as long as we can. And
now if the homeowner, it's, what is the bags, 40 pounds, 80 pounds?
40-pound bags.
So you have 40-pound bags. It's not light. If somebody can request for you guys, look at a senior citizen or someone who's disabled, will you come deliver it?
Absolutely. We'll carry it right down. We'll put it right in their salt tank for them.
Oh, better.
They don't have to do anything. And if they want while we're there, we'll take a sample of water back to the office and test their water for them.
Just in case. Now, what if someone buys a house? I was just thinking about this and recently got a house, and the house has a softener, maybe some other brand.
Yep.
And they hear us. You will go there, service their softener if you want, do a tune-up. Is there a way to tune it up or an inspection? What do you do?
Yeah, we'll go out, we'll test their well water or city water, make sure it's all adjusted correctly.
Sure.
Make sure all the valves are in the right position. And, what our philosophy is, if we can help you out with your existing equipment, there's a lot of times we'll go out and just do some adjustments. There's a lot of times we may go out there, and because water treatment is so modular, they may have one component that they need, which is a water softener, but then maybe they need an iron filter because they have high iron. We can add the iron filter, and we need the water softener. So we're very big in trying to make sure that if you've got a good product in your house, let's utilize it.
Right.
And then let's add the modular additional equipment to it.
Do add-ons.
We can do
That's
add-ons.
actually really smart. In fact, if you want, for anyone listening and viewing this, if you want to see all the components, we have a video we've done with Jerrad that lists all the components like a roadmap. And we'll put the link in the comments or in the bio below for you, so you can watch that, because it does explain it. We did one really good.
Yep.
In fact, that one got a lot of views, by the way.
In fact, you can actually go to beauchampwater.com, and it's you'll just look under your path to better water.
Okay.
And if you'll click city water, it'll take you down the path of city water, and you'll know each component that's available to you. If you're on well water, you can go down the path of well water, and it'll show you each component that's available as well.
Perfect. So BeauchampWater.com is the website for Jerrad and his company. It's very easy to get there. Jerrad, it's interesting to see, water softener was like, oh, I have well water, I need a water softener. But as the infrastructure's gotten old, city water, with the lead in the water and the crisis from that, business has got to be very busy for you right now.
It is. Unfortunately, I always joke about, I think there was an old Popular Science article about proper way to dispose of your engine oil. Go out in your gravel driveway, dig a hole, and I forget exactly what it was, but
pollute the water.
Basically, essentially, we're dealing with landfills. We're dealing with how people have disposed oil.
Sure.
And we're much more educated, and I think we're better stewards of our environment today than maybe we were back in the day. So, water is something you should be concerned about, making sure it's tested. Don't be afraid. It's very treatable.
Yeah,
get it tested, bring it in. It's free. And we can show you solutions that are very economical. And, 9 times out of 10, you're spending more money on bottled water right now than what you would, buying a system. If you average it out per year,
it's like 10 cents a gallon or something.
I believe I should have the stats right here in my head, and I apologize. I don't. But yeah, I know it's like by the time you buy the water, there's multiple stats out there that it's about 7 to 10 times more money for you to buy bottled water than to just put a water purifier in your house and do it the right way.
Okay. So if someone let's just say budgets are tight right now and they can't afford to pay cash, but you offer financing, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
So if it's, let's say, a $5,000 softener, that's a big product, right?
Yep.
That considered, can someone get it down to a couple $100 a month or $300-400 a month? What's the right way to do it?
If you call us up, depending on, what it is, I don't handle the financing part. So unfortunately I can't give you it. I know it's very similar to a lot of your other appliance financing programs, but we have like 4 or 5 different companies we work with. We also offer in-house financing to where we have a lot of customers that say, you know what, I just want, I'm looking for 90 days, same as cash or something like that. So there's not a program out there that we can't come up with most of the time to work with you to make sure it works. Okay, that's good. What about weather? Does cold weather, hot weather affect water quality? It's usually rainy season or not rainy season. If we're getting a lot of rain, we get a lot of people call up and say, hey, I'm on well water. I'm starting to notice my water smelling. And, the water table will go up and down. Additional, debris residual can be washing down into the water table that your well's pumping the water from. So I would say rainy season and dry season is going to be your biggest difference. Okay, then that helps. It does help a lot. Now, is there any technology, there's an app for everything today. There's Wi-Fi, there's Bluetooth, there's new technology, UV lights, there's electrical, there's magnetism, there's 1,000 things. Is there anything that's directly impacted water cleanliness or water softening in the last couple of years? Yeah, there's some advancements. I wouldn't say that there's any... there's no silver bullet per se. You had mentioned magnets, and I wanted that grabbed my attention because there was snake oil. Yeah, there was 100% snake oil. You could put a magnet on your pipe, and it's going to clean up your water, and it has the wrap. Yeah. That wasn't any good. I can tell you, it's probably there's not a week we go by where we don't see that on someone's pipe. Our customers, Adam, are the ladies of the house because they're usually the ones doing the laundry, keeping the house in order. Guys, we tend not to be as observant to the details of clean water, which will result in clean fixtures. We call it the CHO, Chief Household Officer. That's right. That's the boss. So the boss usually knows. And it's funny because usually it's the guy, the wife will say, you know what? My fixture's starting to drip, or the washing machine's not working because it got built up with hard, dirty water, or they identify because they're dealing with it. And then the husbands will usually be like, well, I can fix this. I saw there's this magnet thing. I
saw it on YouTube. Yeah, Popular Science had it in the back of the magazine.
Yeah, so I can tell you, and I don't, that stuff doesn't bother me. People are like, well, doesn't that bother you that it's out there? And I'm like, no, I love it. Because once they're done monkeying with all that,
they call
us up, and then we'll get you the solution.
Right. So the magnet, real quick, what was it thinking, that the magnesium and the iron and the copper was going to suck to the magnet and that was going to clean your water?
You know what? I
don't get it.
I hate to comment one way or the other. I don't know what the theory is on it. I don't understand it enough, but I know from actual, hands-on, it doesn't work. Maybe if you had some real minimal water in the most ideal situation, it may help improve it.
Yeah.
But it's not going to solve the problem. So no, to answer your question, give you a straight answer, there's really nothing new out there. There's better and improved. So when you're dealing with high levels of iron on well water, the iron filters that are out there today are not the same iron filters that were there 10, 20 years ago. They're much more efficient.
Okay.
If you're dealing with calcium hard water, whether that be on city water or on well water, the water softeners that are out there conceptually work off the same principle, ion exchange, but they've been improved with efficiencies and better technology. But the heart of it is still the same. If you're concerned about bacteria issues in your water, ultraviolet lights, they've been around for years, but they're much more efficient and now readily available for homeowners versus historically they really weren't.
You have UV light, so the water goes through something that the light shines on?
Yep, and basically eliminates the bacteria issues.
Okay.
Yep.
And now, how prevalent is bacteria in your water?
Oh, we run into it all the time.
Really? Even standing water, puddles I can see, but water that's always running from your well or into your house, you could have bacteria.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah,
so it's important.
That's very important. I mean, again, if we can come out to a house and we can educate you. If you go onto our website, like I mentioned earlier, our website, it really spells out each component which falls into the path of water and what it will take care of. And
can someone configure their own system on your website?
It's really, we would need to test it.
Okay.
But they can get pretty close. A lot of people that...
It's good education. If you really want to do the research, just visit Beauchamp Water.
Exactly. And that's what I really like is, I like it when a customer you got to provide them with the right information.
Yeah.
And guide them down the path so that they can understand it. And it's an investment. And when you do make that investment, we want to make sure that you fully understand what you're getting and why you're getting it. And so what we've done is we put together a great platform to help it. It's very customer friendly.
Well, that's important. So if you're thinking about getting clean water for your house, visit beauchampwater.com. You'll love your water, obviously. Jerrad, this is amazing information, of course, but let's simplify it for the homeowner right now. Someone's watching this like, all right, I got to get clean water.
Yep.
Number one step, call Beauchamp Water Treatment.
Call us, set an appointment. We'll come out at no charge.
And
test the water.
Is it instant or you take the water to a lab or you can give her? Because right now, I think most people just want to know total dissolved solids to see if the water, what else do they want to know?
We're going to check hardness, iron, total dissolved solids, arsenic. And if you want to go further than that, we can send it out to a lab.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but you'll get enough to know whether the homeowner needs something right away.
Correct.
Okay. So then you'll come out, test the water. How fast to get results for the items you just mentioned?
We'll have a good idea based off what you are looking for. When you call us, we come out. We're going to test for the main things. If you want us to test further, that could take a couple days. But from the time you call, we'll be out to your house within a day or two. And then from the time we meet with you, if you make a decision right then and there of what you want, then within a day or two, we can have it installed. It's very simple.
So you can have clean water by the end of the week.
100%.
If anyone needs it. Oh, I love that. So, okay. So for a homeowner, call up Beauchamp, number one, have them come out and inspect your house, inspect the water. And at the same time, while they're there, can they actually price out a softener? Basically having a good idea. So literally in one meeting, they can answer all the questions, lay out the roadmap for clean water and give a homeowner, here's what we have for clean water. Here's your options if you want to add on.
Yep.
And we'll have you done by the end of the week.
Yep. We can get you all set up immediately.
Okay. So that's fantastic. Now move forward. You got it. People love it. They're excited. Maintenance. Filters change monthly, weekly, yearly. Where are we at on what needs to be done besides adding salt?
I'm glad you went post-sale. one of the first important things that we're very proud of
Yeah.
is after your equipment's been installed, you're going to get a phone call from my office, usually within a week or two of the unit being installed.
Sure.
To make sure, hey, Adam, how's everything working? Are you happy with everything?
Okay.
We want to make sure that what we talked about is exactly what you're getting. So we're really proud that, it's not just sell and move on and forget the customer. We take a lot of pride in that. From there, what we'll do is if you bought a water purifier system, we're going to call you once a year and say, because you have to change filters annually, we'll call you and say, Adam, it's time to change your filters on your reverse osmosis system. Is that something you'd like us to mail out the filters for you, or would you like to have one of our technicians come out and do it? So we stay in touch with the customer, not only a couple weeks after it's been installed to make sure everything's working, but throughout the process.
Makes sense. Well, okay. So that's where that works. And for maintenance, you guys will handle the whole thing.
We'll handle the whole thing. And the maintenance overall, we have a lot of customers that just do it themselves because it's very minimal.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of putting some salt in the salt tank.
Or twisting the filter and putting it in.
Twisting the filter like you would a refrigerator filter and changing if you have a water purifier, changing the filter. Very simple.
Okay. And I figured as much. Well, that's fabulous. Let me ask you a question. When do you think you'll come out with flavored water?
We're playing. We just came out with our own brand of bottled water, 322.
And this empty table,
I know it's
loaded up with 322 water. In fact, I want to give all our guests 322 water. I expect a pallet being delivered in the new Beauchamp studio.
Sounds good to me.
Right?
It's set up. Yep.
Okay. So, Jerrad, I really appreciate all this great advice. For anyone out there who really wants clean water, and everybody should have clean water, my recommendation is go to Beauchamp Water. The website's beauchampwater.com. What's the phone number if they want to call you?
810-632-2000.
And then how many locations are you at now?
We're at 4. We're getting ready to move our corporate office into a new building, so we'll be up to 5. 5.
And then what cities?
We service all Southeast Michigan, but the store locations, we have one up in Fenton, one in Waterford, one in Howell, and Heartland and Brighton.
Well, there you have it, folks. Jerrad Beauchamp, Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Remember, you're going to love your water.